no, the four-wheel drive. I got kids.
I like my Holden
Sports
Ute.
kids. No, do I look like a Holden Ute?
What's wrong with my Holden? No, you don't. That's true. There you go. You got a daily chart on XAUD.
Hello, gold. It's been giving me a little.
Did you get in?
Yes, hello. We got in. We got some movement finally on Friday. After going nowhere further for a good little while. If you drop down to a 4-hourly, please, Geoff, that'd be really good.
There you go.
There we go. So I was very nervous at the top of the yeah. Hello. But I thought,
that's one of my type of bars because that's got a black body and a long tail. That's me.
Yeah. Long tail. And then the next bar was inside bar, and then we had lift off. But I got very nervous because we got to the top of the range and she paused and pulled back and paused and went up again and came back, and then we finally cracked 1900. Yeah, no, it wasn't 1900, but we had a close. What we did have is a close above a critical level of 1928 on Friday and on the weekly bar. So we've had 2 weeks.
Weekly. Why is that critical? 1928.
It's a level. It's cracked it, and the 1928. It's only
apparently I've already got that level there.
Have you? Well, wacky do.
Oh, that's probably
it must price, be important.
Actually. That's the market, I guess.
This is it's by the classic, but it closed above it, and we're back up, and we're looking for a couple of look. Technically speaking, we're looking for 1931 followed by 1938 and then 1950, that round number. So they're the next levels. If it cracks it on Monday and it keeps going amongst all the other bits and pieces that have been announced previously this evening, US dollar weakness. We've got the multi-trillion-dollar aid package that's all over the shop. We've got US inflation coming out. We've got consumer spending data this week. So amongst all of that, gold is sort of looking a little bit, I don't know, what's that word, shiny this week. So
promising, all those things.
Yeah. It's looking a little bit. It did track the rally up on the S&P and the Dow Jones.
Attractive.
It tracked it. Yeah, it tracked that rally as well. There's just a bit more optimism despite all the oohing and ahhing that is going on out of the White House with.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Why would we want to be? We wouldn't really want to be entering the market to get $9, would we?
I'm just saying these are the levels that you need to look for. There'll be a little bit of and it's not a matter of just going into the market for taking profit at that level. What I'm saying is these are the levels that have shown resistance previously, and the market might reverse at that stage, or it might actually just pause, consolidate, chew on its card, as we would say in the country here, before it takes off to another level. But those levels are things not to get nervous about, but to understand that they are in the market, they're priced in, they're known levels of resistance, and the market may slow. Just don't get nervous. Just be aware of them. That's all.
So does that?
It might come back, might retest, it might go blowing straight through, depending on what fundamentals are happening in the market at the same time, but we've got a fairly long extended bar there. Sorry,
yeah. What do you do when you see a bar like that on gold? I mean, it's the biggest bar
for a while, isn't it?
For a long, long time. Yeah. So obviously there's intent there, but.
And looking where it's closed, it's back up above that level. But, like I said, we're 3 weeks out to a major election that's just gone off the rails. I'm looking at data from 1952. 1952, every 4 years, and I went through the seasonals.
And
I was looking at all of this, and I'm just like, Oh, I know, Helen, and that's one of the things I keep saying. And I got chopped. I've been chopped a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. One, it was because my computer had cardiac arrest.
SH1T itself.
Oh, big time. Apparently dust in the operating system, in the operating bits and pieces, it's not healthy. So, but yeah, it's just been all over the shop. And as soon as you get to one, you think it's going to crack through a level, it turns around, does a UE and goes back the other way. So yes, Friday,
that's
I wouldn't be jumping in.
Good Aussie term.
It is a UE and chewing on the cud and the U, and we've become very Australian. There's been no Kiwi influence this evening.
It can't be good.
Which part?
I'm the only one who understands, and apart from you two.
Yeah, doing the
I know. I need to get it back on track here.
Going to my stuff.
Yeah, I'll act as a translator. UE means it does an about face. Yes. A U-turn.
Yes. It hits a level of resistance and responds accordingly. It no longer likes that level. However, given the level closed out.
The big question is, what do we do this week?
Wait for more confirmation. Like I said, that's a really big, strong, and it's closed on the on the high. You've got an overextended bar. It's not somewhere I would recommend going in on any chart pattern, is to go in at the end of an overextended bar. You need to see what happens. But yeah, it was a good Friday, and we know Fridays are pretty notorious on gold for a bit of a rally to end the weekend, to go into the weekend anyway. But
does it make sense though?
Wait for a small pullback and then see where it goes. And if it pushes back off the if you go to on the, which chart was it? On the monthly, it is bouncing off the monthly pivot. There is a monthly pivot that it's.
Yeah, I haven't got the pivots on. Let me do
No, don't worry. Take it from me. That's what it's doing. Or it's on the weekly pivot, or it's the weekly chart. I can't remember. I was looking at it. It's bouncing off something on the weekly or daily, weekly or monthly. Yeah, you can see the bottom of that anyway. There we go. It's bouncing off that. Look at that. We've got a close and away it goes. So, yeah, it's interesting times. Interesting times. The just so you know, the stock market has a habit of rallying for 10 days prior to. So from the 10 days prior to the US election. So the US elections are November 3rd. 10 days prior to that, the stock market does tend to rally. Whether gold is going to follow suit from the 26th on, we'll see. But we've got another week or so in there before to get to those levels.
I'm not trying to trade for anybody.
At the moment,
in definitely the least yourself, and I've never traded gold in my life, as you know. But this chart, it would make sense to me to put an entry at maybe, I don't know, $10 or $15 or whatever you call those things, above the entry here, above the close of that bar here, and maybe put your stop loss down here. That would make sense to me if you're a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I've got to say, at the moment, gold's looking a bit of a safe haven at the moment. You looked at the US dollar earlier, did you not? And there's a bit of weakness on Friday, like dollar index, US dollar. Yeah,
it crashed. Yeah,
crashed, and the gold's picked it up. It's safe haven. So there you go.
Say no more, pussycat. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, we got it there. So we'll see how that follows through to next week. And a lot of that's going to have, depending on state of the nation coming out of the White House, right? Yeah. Do we have stable?
Well, there'll be fake news.
Look, Leslie.
No matter what, there'll be fake news. Like Donald Trump's got COVID.
Oh, look. Do you know what's really sad? You can't have 19 employees, including your wife, have it as well. If he was the only one and didn't have, he was the only one that had it, nobody else had it, I'd be a little bit curious. But the fact that he's got 19 staff, aides, governors, senators. That
actually, how are they all doing? Have they all come through it as well?
one of the Secret Service guys, one of his Secret Service guys is actually incredibly ill.
Is that right? Okay. Look,
Yeah.
I don't think it serves any purpose us speculating whether it's fake news or not, but
it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's
just don't go
see
there.
how everything pans out next week. But you know,